world moves fast. Your workday, even faster. Pitching products, drafting reports, analyzing data. Microsoft 365 Copilot is your AI assistant for work. Built into Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and other Microsoft 365 apps you use. Helping you quickly write, analyze, create, and summarize. So you can cut through clutter and clear a path to your best work. Learn more at Microsoft.com/M365 Copilot.
This episode is brought to you by Stouffer's. Here comes 3-time juggling champion Natalia Rogers. She's juggling law school, her TA job. Oh, narrowly catches the laundry. What's that fourth ball? Parents unexpectedly showed up at dinner time? Is that too much for Natalia? Not with Stouffer's Chicken Alfredo and its mouth-watering mix of Asiago, Romano, and Parmesan. When you're juggling 4 things at once and the clock strikes dinner, think Stouffer's.
Hi, it's Dave here, and I am not with my wife, Kathy. I am with my friend, Joe Kiely. Hi, Joe.
Hi, Dave.
And this is the Cinemile, the podcast where we walk home from the movies. But Kathy straight up refused to watch 28 Years. The Bone Temple. She said, I've had enough of those years. No more years later.
No more numbers and years and laters, and had enough of the thing. Oh, look, I mean, fair enough. Like, no one really asked for this. It was like a gift that was bestowed upon us unbidden, and for the most part, 28 years later, quite enjoyable, quite good.
I thought it was very good. I mean, you can scroll back and listen to myself and Kathy's quite positive review of it, by the way, so she did enjoy it. But I think her appetite has abated. But yeah, Joe, you caught up on this over the weekend, right?
Very recently, yeah. I mean, like a lot of the world, it kind of passed me by. I wasn't really kind of bought into it, but when I actually sat down and watched it, I was like, you know what, this has a lot to offer.
Yeah, it's a surprisingly emotional film, I found.
Yeah, when I think about 28 Days Later, kind of the themes in it are kind of like, you know, like a lot of horror movies, the worst people are people. Like, worse than the virus are the humans. And I didn't really feel that from 28 Years Later. It was actually quite
there's some nice
redeeming.
humans in it.
Yeah. And it actually showed some of the good things that humanity has to offer.
Yes.
Which is refreshing in the genre.
Now, having seen some of the promotional material for this movie, I think we're going to go the other way. I think we might see some of the worst that humanity has to offer, which the last movie, the very end of the last movie, did tip its hat by bringing, we won't spoil it here if you haven't seen it, but a certain notorious public individual was referenced.
Yes, was invoked.
Heavily.
Yes, again,
unbidden. I was not a fan of.
It was something that we were all, you know, happy enough to consign to the dustbin of history.
That's right.
And it all came back. But honestly, that ending, I feel like not to get into it, but there could have been a cut that happened a lot sooner, and I'd have been happy with the end. But the last minute or 2 minutes had me really worried for this
jarring.
film.
It's a tonal whiplash, and you're dead right. If it had been a post-credit scene, I think I'd been okay with it.
Yeah,
but I think post-credit scenes are out of fashion now.
If it had been a post-credit scene, I wouldn't have watched it because I would have switched off probably before it came
What
on.
a good movie.
Yeah, exactly. And who would have lost out? That's the real question.
All right, anyway, we're on the way into 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple, and we'll see you shortly.
Trying to predict the future is a discouraging and hazardous occupation. In fact, it may not even exist at all.
Oh, what is this I cannot see? Oh, I am deaf, none can accept.
Many of the things we take for granted will one day pass away completely.
I open the door of heaven and hell.
When that time comes, men will no longer communicate. We may have diseases and barbarism.
Oh, I
All right, we are out. We've just seen 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple, and we are walking around a very empty Mahon Point in Cork?
I mean, it's almost a tip of the hat to George Romero to be in a vacant shopping mall for what is ostensibly a zombie movie. Although
it is
we can't say the Z word. We could, like
They do say it in this movie.
They do,
Yeah.
but I mean they're so fast, they're so quick, they're more like zombies. But we can't say that either.
No, we can't. You said it. You said zombie now, and it's out there, and that's what we're going with. If it is your first time here at the cinema, of course, we won't spoil the movie until we get to spoiler street. Joe, tell me, what did you make of the Bone Temple? Are you on board?
There were moments where I was watching it going, why am I watching this and why was this made? That's honestly, like, it evokes some feelings and not all of them good. There's some queasiness throughout, but I think...
Yeah, it's tough. There's some tough moments. Go on.
For sure.
Yeah.
I think there's set pieces as well that kind of redeem it. So, like, it's a real roller coaster. But I think if anyone watched the previous installment, you kind of know the tone, you know what they're after, and I think you'll be satisfied with what they presented.
Yeah, I think it's interesting you mentioned the tone, because we mentioned the end of the last 28 years later movie, and I really thought that this, because it's a new director this time, this is Nia DaCosta taking over from Danny Boyle.
Who directed Candyman, the remake,
right,
which was
yeah.
excellent.
I do want, that's on my list. And I thought that the very end of 28 years later, the Danny Boyle film, with the whole, I'm just going to spoil it here in case you haven't seen the very end of 28 years later, but with, the Teletubby scored Jimmy Savile gang doing Quentin Tarantino violence to zombies. I thought, okay, so that's what we're getting in the second film. It's a comic book exaggerated, over the top nonsense, and I was kind of ready for that going into this. But what's curious to me is that this is very much in the same zone. We're back with Dr. Coulson and the Bone Temple, and we're
clearly, yeah, they had things that were unexplored, and they needed to finish that up. Also, they filmed them back to back, and it's very clear that they spent so much on that set that they
we get even the train comes back.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like, how much can we use all these sets?
And fair play, they used them both in different ways and to great effect. But yeah, it's.
I think that's a good thing, because I liked the first 98% of 28 years later, and I felt like this film has that tone. It doesn't have the 2% over the top Teletubbies for the most part. There's glimpses of that, but actually this is quite a grounded film. It is. I thought it was excellent. I found it very tough to watch. I was squirming a lot. I found my appetite for violence, on-screen violence and gore, as I've gotten older, has diminished greatly.
Yeah, for sure.
I just don't. I'm not.
But
not really. As a teenager and a 20-something-year-old, I'd seek that stuff out. But now,
yeah,
no,
your bloodlust has been sated, which
Absolutely.
is probably a good thing. But I think that, like, what maybe comes through in some of the reviews that you may have heard, the music really steals the show in a lot of instances.
There's great needle drops here.
Yeah, and literal needle. I mean,
that's right.
Like
yeah.
it's vinyl. It's pre-digital. It's pre CDs, because nothing else could be played. But it's got a lot of ideas. We won't spoil it just yet. But
we'll get there.
There's a lot to talk about.
It's certainly It's got something to say. It's not quite as maybe as stylish and out there as some of 28 years later was. I think Danny Boyle was doing crazy stuff with iPhones and a lot of arty flashes of zombies in red and stuff. Like, this is more, I think, straightforward in many ways, but it looks great. I think it brings to Ralph Fiennes' characters, it continues his story while bringing a villain to the fore. It kind of pits them against each other. I felt like Alfie, it's the actor's name, the character of Spike, is also in this, but I felt was sidelined. Yeah, they didn't really. It was very much his story in the first film, but he's a background character here. But there's a lot of good stuff. I thought it was excellent. I don't know, will we just go to spoiler street?
It still follows that character, but you're like, everyone else is pulling focus. So everybody else who's on screen is far more magnetic, and like there is a there is an out-and-out villain, and
played by Jack O'Connell, who's so good.
he's incredible.
This guy gives good villain.
He gives good villain, but like there's like any good villain, like he has, you know, a flimsy but satisfying backstory, and he, you know, you understand his motivation, you understand why he does the things he does, and you're rooting against him the whole time, like fully against him.
Yes.
But like he brings
Like
a
the best
pathos to
villains.
that at the same time. Even though he's completely irredeemable, there's things about him that, you know, he was made this way and he couldn't necessarily help it either.
Which you could be describing his character from Sinners as well. Which,
Very true.
Which is
Very true.
which I love. All right, we're going to go to Spoiler Street now. You might hear a quick ad.
Raise the rudders! Raise the sails! Raise the sails!
Captain, an unidentified ship is approaching. Over.
Roger. Wait, is that an Enterprise sales solution?
Reach sales professionals, not professional sailors. With LinkedIn ads, you can target the right people by industry, job title, and more. Start converting your B2B audience today. Spend $250 on your first campaign and get a free $250 credit for the next one. Get started today at linkedin.com/campaign. Terms and conditions apply.
Okay, Joe, so spoilers now for 28 years later, the Bone Temple. I don't know.
You are
Can
staggering
I just
over
call
that.
it the Bone Temple from now
We
on?
can call it Bone Temple. You are staggering admirably over what is a total mouthful of a title.
It's got a colon in it. You know when a movie's got a colon, it's going to be a mouthful.
I mean, it's the opposite of tripping off the tongue. It just like catches in the throat when you say it.
So I what did we?
Where do we start? We started at the beginning with the Jimmies and the introduction of this murderous gang, who it turns out are like they ascribe to this Satanist hell on earth doctrine, which is, I mean, kind of cool in the abstract.
At least it's an ethos, dude.
Yeah, these men are nihilists. Yeah, so it's honestly really hard to stomach, because when that stuff kicks in, there's really good tension, there's really good kind of threat, and then it gets pretty intense. So to any of you, if anyone's listening to this and hasn't seen it, A, why? and B, you know, just know that it's intense.
I'll tell you right now, Kathy made the right choice.
For her, yeah.
For her.
Maybe for us.
Well, there were parts of the, like, certainly when they visit the farmhouse and they have the people, the skinning, I just felt like, I don't know, I didn't need to see this much, and I didn't, you know, even the thought of it is too much for me. I really was very uncomfortable. I was squirmy. The artery in the beginning as well, you know, you know, there's the violence in this movie is very intense and upsetting.
And it does deliver on the whole humanity being the worst part of any of these movies in a big, big way.
But also it's got a very hopeful message of humanity, and with Dr. Kelson. And I think the movie's very deliberately squaring these two against each other, Sir Jimmy and Dr. Is it Kelvin or
Kelson?
Kelson. Dr. Kelson, Ian. And we get that, you know, they almost state the text of the subtext
Yeah,
of the movie, where
absolutely.
it's like, oh, you're a Satanist and I'm an atheist.
Yeah, exactly.
Here we are.
It's pretty blatant.
And I'm a scientist.
But I mean, it's more than just him being atheist and him being a scientist. He's a humanist, and
yes,
and that
nice.
is that ossuary, like, you know, unlike, you know, maybe the catacombs or the Bone Chapel that's in, you know, nearby Prague. All of those, like, those are Christian kind of monuments, but this is like, it's a humanist kind of like a relic that he has dedicated 13 plus years of his life to constructing, and really that is the heart of the movie, is like, when society has crumbled, when there are no laws, when, you know, there's no one looking over your shoulder and you can do anything, what do you do? And do you descend into anarchy and, you know, mutilating people? Or do you have a shot at redemption? And do you, like, believe in the goodness and humanity and trust.
And you're so right. He is a humanist to the point of being able to see the human in the infected themselves. And he finds it and he drills down, he makes that his mission, and he succeeds. And I found that quite a beautiful part of this story, these quiet moments with him and Samson doing drugs on a hill. And
do you know what? I mean, we're talking about Danny Boyle a lot. He didn't direct it, but there's a lot of Trainspotting DNA in this as well.
There's a bit,
with all the effectively opiate usage. And there was a shot of the Jimmies watching through binoculars from a tree line that was reminiscent of a similar shot in the first Trainspotting.
That's right, where they're on a hill looking at binoculars. Yeah, right, yeah. And but I don't know, it's very touching, his dedication to Samson. And you can't help but, as an audience member, I just wanted to punch the air when he said moon, right? You felt Ian's joy in that moment. And when he said his name and thank you, that's cinematic, like cherry on top kind of stuff. Sure. I think that whole plot line was beautifully executed, paid off wonderfully. The whole, there's some great stuff in this movie. The whole the deal between Jimmy and Ian, and then paying off with this, we all saw it coming, but like this Ian seizing his opportunity for a crucifixion.
100%.
And the whole Satanist thing to Iron Maiden. There's some fantastic stuff in this set piece.
As someone who went to see Iron Maiden live and listened to a lot of stuff in the early 2000s,
did it have that vibe?
I had goosebumps throughout. And it's quite again set piece. Like, we feel what the Jimmies feel in terms of like the spectacle of it and the raw power of the visuals and the music and the performance. It's Ray Fiennes. Like, you can't get a better person to put that across.
It's a tremendous performance from him. But like you said, and we said it earlier, but I thought it was a shame that Spike was sidelined here as a character. He's
a fantastic actor.
He is great, and he did Alfie Jones, is it, I think? And he was wonderful in that first movie. And here he just kind of serves to, I think, just to act as threat. Or what's not threat, you fear, the surrogate fear for the audience. Yeah. I was constantly fearing for Spike.
Sure.
But there wasn't much of a sort of where does his character go from A to B in this movie, and really his arc was done. And what really frustrated me was a little bit by the end of the last movie, which will also spoil. I mean, it's mad if you've seen this movie and not seen the other one. But like,
I mean, you do you, but it is still mad.
What are you doing? But Spike's whole arc at the, I just think it's silly now looking back at these two films and being like, Spike's whole thing at the end was like he's at this big moment, and he's like, I'm going out into the world, I'm going to make my own decisions, Dad, and to hell with you, and here I go. And then 10 seconds later gets kidnapped by the worst people in the world.
Yeah,
and is that what the point the movies make?
The kid has no luck, but as well, like, he's paralyzed by fear. He ended the last movie as a capable fighter and well able to look after himself, and now he's fumbling over knives and arrows and that sort of stuff. And there's a certain amount of plot convenience to that. Again, he's been benched. Absolutely benched.
And obviously he's still on the board, and he's going to be with Cillian Murphy now if they get the funding to make
is the funding in
the
question?
Next one. I think I think there's the trilogy, maybe more planned, I believe. Wow. So there's at least one more movie planned by Alex Garland, but I don't think it's like, I think they're seeing how this pans out.
Yeah.
As far as I know.
Well,
I don't think it's
you dip your toe, and clearly it's cheaper to make two movies back to back and release them and double the box office and all that stuff. Does it have legs? I mean, if it ends here, and I think they've cleverly done it, that if it ends here, we have an ending, we're okay. There's no dangling plot threads necessarily.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine with that. I don't know how much more there is to say.
The final part is the redemption and the cure and the resolution of the whole thing. But do we really need it? I mean, has it said everything it needs to say?
Do you think that what happens to Samson now? Because he can't be fully cured, because surely that he was on psychosis meds, so that's going to wear off, right?
I'm no psychiatrist.
Come on, Joe.
I don't know what that's supposed to do. Again, kind of neat from a plot perspective. But yeah, as you point out, after a week, he's going to be coming down from heroin and
massive withdrawal.
Well, actually, within probably 48 hours, the heroin's going to kick in, and whatever psychosis that was temporarily cured is going to come back in a big way.
Oh yeah.
So
and he's going to be even more angry. He's going to be looking for his morphine.
100%. Yeah. So that's never good. I wish him well. Now that
We wish you well, Samson.
Now that he's some sort of like horned demon, which
I did fantastic ending for
great
that
visuals.
Character. Yeah.
But if we never see Samson again, it's he's had his arc, such as it is.
All right. That's about it, Joe. Thanks for joining me as my surrogate wife.
Yeah.
For this.
Happy to. I should mention Ruth came to the movie as well. She had to bail out because of the school night. But,
yes, Ruth turned to me after the movie and said, "No notes." So I'm very happy to convey that she loved the movie.
And this isn't her kind of film, but she
clearly is.
Well, it turns out,
she
got everything she needed out of it. She particularly enjoyed the Duran Duran Maiden and the Radiohead needle drops. Always good, always welcome.
I did like that Radiohead one.
Yeah.
What's that? Is that from In Rainbows?
Everything in its right place from Kid A.
Kid A, yes, of course, thank you.
Because In Rainbows is post 2002, so it couldn't be in this movie.
That's true, yeah.
Oh dear, it's raining.
All right, well, we'll leave it there. Come on over to, I don't know why I said it like that. Come on over to our Patreon page, the Cinemile High Club, where you can listen to Kathy's first watch of The Wicker Man, which
73 Wicker Man.
73 Wicker Man, which she described as a farce.
It's got hints of this in it, the whole folk horror stuff, particularly 28 years later, the previous one. Had a lot of folk horror stuff, very reminiscent of Summer Isle.
The official title now. 28 later, the previous one.
The previous
colon,
one.
The previous one. But you can listen to that as well as all our TV reviews. Spoiler review of Heated Rivalry coming up amongst other things. Patreon.com/The Cinemile, or you can email us thecinemile@gmail.com or @The for all those social media stuff. So thanks for listening. Thanks Joe. Thanks Ruth. And see you next time.
Thank you, Dave. Thanks, Kathy. And thanks all the people involved in this movie.
Thanks.
And yet even greater changes are still to come.
Are you ready?
Well, the holidays have come and gone once again, but if you've forgotten to get that special someone in your life a gift, well, Mint Mobile is extending their holiday offer of half off unlimited wireless. So here's the idea. You get it now, you call it an early present for next year. What do you have to lose?
Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Limited time 50% off regular price for new customers. Upfront payment required. $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, or $180 for 12-month plan. Taxes and fees extra. Speeds may slow after 50 gigabytes per month when network is busy. See terms.